Hello there. This is one of my many wild pet rabbits. This is a rabbit safe haven because we have a domestic rabbit, and it was the first female domestic rabbit we ever had. And ever since we had her, I don't know, I guess it started about 5 years ago. If that's Rhoda, it started with her mother, which lived 2 years, and she had her. She was the runt, and she had at least one baby that we named Timothy, and it died. It got poisoned, and we don't know. I don't know if it was raid or if it was because people next door were spraying chemicals. We don't know how it happened for sure. I really hope it wasn't me, because then I would have felt all guilty. You know, like it got near raid because it was laying in the flower bed, and I had to spray Raid around the house. That's another reason why I don't like that shit. And I don't know. I wasn't here, so I didn't watch it happen. But the rabbit came out, fell on its side, and died. And my dad had to bury that one. But lately, she's had a friend, probably her boyfriend, that's been around. And there's a few of them around here, but she lives here. She's got a nest here. Again, I don't know if the babies are in the nest or not. I think one got killed, probably by a crow. We saw it, and I don't know if the other one's emerged yet. But yeah, it's a rabbit safe haven. Occasionally I see cats, but I don't think I ever saw a cat catch one. And cats, they're good for getting the mice and the rats, so, you know. I've seen the cats chase the rabbits, but I don't think I've ever actually seen one catch one. At least not in person. So, because one of the ladies up the road, she owns a lot of cats. Which, hey, that's her prerogative. She's allowed to have her legal limit. You know what I mean? So, I've got nothing against that. Let's see if the other one's over here. I'll show you mine. There's a mantis. I fixed the recoil. Doesn't want to start yet, but I gotta see. Maybe if it's got I gotta check. I gotta see if it's got spark. Maybe hold down the trigger. That'll help get it going. There's my rabbit, Gracie. She's 7 years old now, so she's a very senior rabbit. She's up there, right, Gracie? You're up there now. We've had you since 2014. Yeah, late 2014, because I know I was still working at that stadium when we first had you. When we first got you. She's the reason all these other rabbits came around. And actually one of the nests is like right there. But I don't know if there's any in there or not. But I don't know. Usually by now they would have started popping out of there. So I'm not sure if there was just the one and it didn't make it. But she'll have more. But yeah, it's a rabbit safe haven. And this is where one of them's that rabbit I was telling you about, Timothy. I don't know. And all of our pet rabbits are buried here over the years. I think we've had now, what, 4 total? 3 and then 4, or 4 or 5. She's either the 5th. But the one rabbit was laying in here, right? And I did have to spray Raid up against the house at one point because those ants were coming in. So I don't know if it was because of me and the Raid, or if something else did it, because they did have people next door spraying mosquito stuff. I would hate to think it's me, you know what I mean? I would never want to intentionally hurt anything, really, ever. You know what I mean? But I mean, that obviously wasn't intentional. If it did happen, it was me. It was an accident. But I don't know. I really don't know. I hear the electric lawnmower. Hear it? Sounds like a vacuum cleaner, basically. That's what they sound like, vacuum cleaners. They're smart too, these ants. They like to go up in areas you can't see, like behind the gutters. Well, I just wanted to share the whole rabbit thing. Yesterday was a good fishing day. Caught our limits. And then I finally determined that the one kid that I grew up with, yeah, he was ignoring me. Because, you know, I sent him a nice message in February. I said, hey, how you doing, man? You look completely different. You know, if I didn't see your name, I wouldn't have known it was you. I saw you had a son. I was like, looks like you're a father now. It's great. Wouldn't reply. Didn't reply. Wouldn't follow me back. And, you know, we were cool the last time it's okay, Rhoda. We were cool the last time I talked to him. The last time I remember I hung out with him, I went with him to the mall with his mom and sister, and I got my ear pierced. And I think that was 2000 or early 2001. And then somewhere in between that time, he got compromised. Yeah, he met somebody who doesn't like me, and you know, he wouldn't reply to me. And then I see this person that doesn't like me, started following him. He followed them right back. And first I didn't really care, wasn't, you know, but he wouldn't reply to me. He wouldn't reply to me. And finally, yesterday, I bombarded the crap out of him with messages until he made a move. It was either he was going to reply or he was going to do something. Well, he did something all right. He blocked me. Well, at least I got my answer. That's what he was doing. Ghosting me, as they call it, ignoring me. It's only people around here. But, you know, and you know what? We were cool, but he would do shit behind your back. You know, like when I was in either 6th or 7th grade, he would be on the back of the bus. He got the whole bus chanting this horrific thing about me one time. So, you know what? And that was traumatizing. So I told him, look, here's where I am. Are you proud of this, what you've done? Because that didn't help my self-esteem any once I got a little older. I said, I'm sure you went and bragged about it to those people, because then I heard nothing about, oh, how I cut grass. I got made fun of for cutting grass. And the other kid said something about how I don't know. I don't even remember something about me in school. I can't even remember. They were all nasty people. And him too, you know. When we were like 11, 12 years old, he was here hanging out. We built these go-karts to race. And the other guy, I mean, he cheated. He ran right into my wheel and broke it. And then I had to carry the thing back with one of my other friends. And he had to come this way to get home anyway. And he said, I'm out of here. And he went the other way. And then I saw him a couple years later. And I said, hey, what's up? How was that? He just walked past me, ignored me. He had those big-ass pants on. So I never really got along with that dude either. And I never said anything to him bad, mean. And then, I met back up with him again around 2001. He was living on the other part of the town. And we were cool for a little bit. And then later on down the road, he was talking shit about me. I asked him how I could clean my rims, and he wanted to talk nonsense. He wanted to talk a bunch of nonsense, you know. So I found out what happened. They were all hanging out, and they were talking shit about me like it was some kind of accomplishment that they did that. And I'm sure the one that was ignoring me, he probably felt proud too, to say, oh yeah, this and that, yada yada. talking, like how he put me down and how they were probably proud of it. Yeah, it's messed up. It's not good people, man. It's not good people. So it's unfortunate too, because I was trying to be nice to him. I wasn't thinking about that. When I saw the kid in February on there, and I saw him, I was like, damn, dude, you look completely different. I would have never known it was you if I hadn't seen it was your name on there. And I said, man, that's crazy. Crazy times, the way times are changing. Never replied back, never followed me back. And then I saw that person following him. And I didn't care. I wasn't like mad about it or whatever. I was mad about the fact he would not reply back. Obviously, that's why it was. So, and the whole thing's unfortunate. It really is. That's just how it went. That's how people were around here. And again, I mean, some of it was probably me having that ADHD. I brought attention to myself when I was younger, and I'm sure that didn't help. But I got it from everywhere, every which way you could. I just couldn't win when I was younger. Took it from him, got used by these people, had my car smashed by another guy, it was nonstop. It was nonstop. That's why, it'd just be better off for me to leave here, start fresh somewhere else, because too many people remember me from back then, even though I'm not that person anymore. It's a long time ago now. But yesterday I finally got really pissed off that he wasn't replying, and I made my voice heard about it, and he blocked me. So that's the 6th one now. I'm up to 6. One, it started, I probably never even should have contacted the dude, but it started when I said, hey, I noticed somebody got married. He threw this really horrific, nasty rumor in my face that never actually happened. That caused me to go at him. Then he turned around and told another kid this stuff I was saying. A lot of the stuff I said to him, I was just yanking his chain. He was saying stupid nonsense to me. I was saying some stupid nonsense back to him. He showed it to another kid. The other kid stopped responding to me. So I went down and I asked him what happened. He told me, first of all, he was mad that I went to his house. Like that was some kind of sin, great sin. And then he's like, oh, you're weird. You're retarded. And the whole weird, I'm the one that said that when my self-esteem was really low in 2006, when I started messing around with that garbage. I'm the one that said that. So that's my own words getting used against me. But no, I'm not weird. I'm certainly not retarded or crazy. The only thing I have going on with me is I am a little bit, I'm definitely lonely, but a tad bit miserable and soured as a result of all the crap I took when I was younger. Because I shouldn't be where I am now. I shouldn't be alone. I shouldn't have people ignoring me or treating me the way they do or talking about me the way they do. It shouldn't be happening. But that's this town that I grew up in, and that's the way it is. That's the way it's gonna be. You can't change the way other people... You can change opinions, but you can't change what other people do. It's that simple. So yesterday I let the one have it. He wanted to keep ignoring me. Well, I kept bombarding him. Like, are you happy with how things are? Because you played your piece in this whole thing too. But anyway, enough about that nonsense. That's just all negativity. I know where I went wrong. And my self-esteem's going up. And I'm going to get myself back out there. And I'm going to play it cool. You know, you meet girls, you just start off as friends, see what they're about. If it's any more than that, cool. If not, no harm, no foul. You know, that's all it is. So. Still there. It's just about time for me to mow this lawn again. But yeah, unfortunately, one last thing I'll say is, you know, in 02 or 03 when I first got my car, you know, I was a stoner. So I couldn't communicate the way I do now because I was all burnt out, you know? And as a result, people actually thought I was, you know, dumb when I'm really not. So they started treating me dumb. They started using me, right? They started talking to me like I was dumb. And, you know, I really didn't appreciate it. And that's how it went. And now, as you can see, I could hold a perfectly normal conversation with anyone at a nice low tone and fully comprehend everything and listen. Yeah, back then things were a little bit different. I was on the wrong track and a lot of bad things happened as a result. You know? But that's not me anymore. So, but I still am sour as a result of how many bad things occurred. There's no reason that my 20s should have went to waste the way they did. I should have been out having a good time, partying, socializing, meeting girls, just like everybody else. But unfortunately for me, that's not how it went. I got alienated. I got into some bad drugs. I had to go through some pretty horrific situations. And I got myself out of it finally. And now here I am, 36. And at 36, I have to make all these things happen, which is fine. It will. But that's just the way it went. Because actually somebody just said, how is it someone decent looking like you, smart, running your own business, single at 36? Because it wasn't about my looks, it was my attitude, and it was the choices I was making. And overall, in general, now I have a good attitude, and I make good choices. You know? And good things should occur as a result, not bad things. And honestly, I should have just had a pickup truck from the very beginning, because then you know what? With that whole stupid provisional driver's license, I only would have had room for one person. None of this third wheel nonsense. None of this other trouble. And I would have been better off. Anyway. I didn't need a stupid fast little rice burner. I didn't even need the Mustang. The Pontiac with the 4 being able to fit up to 6 people was no good at my age, unfortunately. I should have been looking for a pickup truck then. But I just didn't know back then that a pickup truck is what I needed. Now I know. And one time I said I like pickup trucks too, because I knew I needed one. And I was told I'm weird because I like pickup trucks. So, hey, like I said, I guess I got what I gave, you know, and that's the story.